Hey guys, Ben KCT here, aka Captain Fantastic. So today we're going to be talking about the AR ESK, or Enhanced Selector Kit for AR pattern rifles from Magpul. So, what is the AR ESK? Let's go over that, and we'll go over my thoughts on the ESK. So, the ESK, or again, Enhanced Selector Kit, is a ambi safety for the AR platform and incorporates right and left side levers, one longer, one shorter, and one with a reduced control surface, which is this one here. And that is designed to give you options as far as how much control surface you'd like on your levers. I did not end up using that one. It just didn't give you enough purchase when running the selector. It also includes the detent and the spring in case you need it. I used the original spring and detent that I had in there because I have a cut spring, and that allows the selector kit to go ahead and work a little bit easier. So, yeah, it's interesting. It comes in black, OD green, and flat dark earth. I got it in flat dark earth, of course, because, bro, really? Anyways, and it also allows you to do a 60-degree throw or a 90-degree throw. So you have your traditional 90-degree safety throw, or you can put it on for a 60-degree throw for a theoretically faster throw. Although, realistically, you're splitting hairs for hairs on that. It just depends on what you find more comfortable. Personally, right now I have mine set up as a 60-degree throw just for the novelty aspect of it. I have a lot of 90-degree throws, and I just want to try out the 60-degree. I'm not super married to it. Could do the 90. Doesn't really bother me. It also includes these little red dots here. It includes black ones too. So if you don't want, say, a giant red schnoz hanging off the end of your safety selector, you don't have to. So I chose to put the black ones in there. People say representation. I just say, look, I don't see color. I see safety selectors. Getting canceled. Okay, so I put the black ones on there just because I would rather have that than this giant red clown horn, just hanging off in the front of my selector. I'm not a new shooter. I don't need to have a visual indication that that's where the selector's pointing. They do encourage newer shooters to use that because it does give you a more quick visual representation of is the gun on fire, is it unsafe. Your mileage may vary. I chose not to put it in there. So it installs by replacing the standard safety core, just the safety drum, with the Magpul drum, and then securing the two selector levers on either side by sliding them on and pressing them onto the drum, and then taking these pieces here and sliding them into the selector lever because they have sort of a tail that allows them to hold the selector lever in position. Dr. Lecter. As you can see there's those tails. So they give you 3 of each color, just in case you lose one. And I guess theoretically you could put one in every one of the levers that they do give you. So, yeah. And that just replaced the standard 90-degree safety that I had on the gun originally. So, what do I think about it? And what are my recommendations with it? It's growing on me, but it's not my favorite, and it fails several critical use tests, or several critical tests that I could posit for a product. Number one is the price. Right around $50. It is not cheap for an ambi safety. You can get something from Radian, for around that price. I know everyone's like, oh, Radian's the best. Radian's nice because they give it out to shooters that are sponsoring their YouTube channels. Radian, all that. Anyways, no. So you can get like a V7 ambi selector for I think like right around $60. That is way preferred in my mind for that. I believe I put a Strike Industries ambi selector from years back on one of my guns for like 40 bucks, and that came with like 9 levers, something like that. It had a ton of levers, and this has 3. So for 50 bucks, I don't think the value is really there. I think Magpul kind of dropped the ball on that one. I really think that it should have been priced a lot cheaper, maybe $20, $30. It's 2 pieces of polymer and a metal drum, and Magpul has an economy of scale going pretty well. I don't think that they're hurting for polymer production. I just think that they missed the boat entirely on the price. So, for example, right now I think for $35 you can go ahead and get a Manticore Arms ambi safety kit with, I think they had like 500 different combinations, again for 35 bucks. So, and there are polymer levers just like the Magpul ones. So I really think that the financial part of the equation really isn't there. On the product side of the house, being able to manipulate the product, it's disappointing that it came with 3 levers and there's no option for an ambi side delete. So what that means is you have to have an ambi safety. So somebody who wanted to get the safety and say, oh, I just want the bigger levers, or I want to be able to interchange and customize my safety, or I want a 60-degree throw, still has to have one on the other side. Now that's not that big of a deal for me because I buy an ambi safety, surprise, because I also like to use the ambi features. However, there is no option to delete the right-hand side safety. I guess you could just leave it off. You'd have your drum hanging out with an exposed little nub that the safety selector lever would go through. So it wouldn't look good. I just think that it's sort of a missed opportunity to just at least have a cap on there that Magpul could just, it would essentially be, let's see with the light here, but if we just cut off everything but this, it would just be a cap. That's all it would be. But make it flatter. So they didn't do that. I find the levers rather lackluster. So here is the reduced one, and they basically scalloped out this section here. And it's kind of useless because when you go to flip it, your thumb misses. I mean, if you look where that material's been removed, that's right where your thumb wants to be. Go ahead and actuate that safety. The shorter one is the one that I use on the outside of the gun, so the right-hand side, because I'm right-handed. And I tried this, and it was just, I couldn't reliably swing and get the safety. So here's the current way that I have it set up on one of my rifles. So we have it sitting there, 60-degree throw. This is the primary side. This is the secondary side. So it does kind of press on my finger when I'm kind of standing by. Not a super fan of that. I can feel it there. But I do like to be able to go ahead and when I'm off safe, to be able to return the rifle back to safe, I just roll my finger up. And that's something I can do with most other safeties. So it works. You see my awesome top tier paint job there where we missed the safety, but who cares? You only see it because this is a 60 degree. So it works, but it's not great. I definitely had better safeties, and certainly better safeties for the money. So, what are the upsides to it? Well, it's polymer, so it doesn't add much weight to your gun. It is an ambi safety, so if you are looking for ambi safeties, hurrah, you found one. It's Magpul, so if you are a Magpul fanboy, as I am, you found your product. It's modular, so you can change it from the 3 different options, but it's not modular enough that they incorporated a safety delete or anything else like that. But yeah, I think on price it misses the boat. I think on modularity it misses the boat. I'm not concerned about the durability. The switches aren't that long that I'm worried about them shattering, and they are very, very thick, girthy, if you will. So that's not a big deal. I just, for the price that they charged, I really, really feel that Magpul could have done more for the customer on their product. Will they release additional safety levers? Probably down the road as they run out of things to do. I mean, right now they're coming out with stocks that have different methods of adjustment where instead of like the lever in the middle, you've got the lever in the front. Like they're coming out with stuff that nobody really asked for. So if the ESK sells well, there might be a market for additional levers, but in my opinion, those should have been in the box beforehand for $50. Just my 2 cents. Guys, hopefully that gave you some information on the ESK and whether or not you wanted to buy it. For me, it's a non-recommend. Unfortunately, I do like the things that Magpul does, but I'm not a big fan of this product. Kind of wish I didn't buy it, but hey, I get a review out of it. You guys get some information out of it. So that's all I really got for you today, guys. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll have more for you later.